Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andy. I'm the Managing Consultant for Cybervenger. Today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171. Today's control, if I look down here, is 3.5.11. And if you notice, it is the last in the identification and authentication family of controls. So we tend to group these things together. There's 14 of these groups. And this one says we want to obscure feedback of authentication information. Okay, so a couple things that this is. If you are typing away and someone's standing behind you, that somebody might see what you're typing. So it's important that when you're typing, you get those little dots there. So you can tell when you're hitting something to see positive feedback to help know that you're typing it correctly. But someone standing over your shoulder is not going to be able to figure out what you're typing. Shoulder surfing, they call it. That's what this control is designed to protect against. Very basic, rudimentary control. This kind of thing is built into most systems, so this should be a really easy one to comply with. Most stuff does it by default. The other one that this brings into a point is when you're trying to log into a system. If you type the username and you click next and it says wrong username, incorrect username, that tells the attacker something, right? They'll know when they get the username correct or not. That gives them half the equation. What you really want is the system to ask for both the username and the password. So when you type it all in, you hit click OK, it'll just say bad credentials. Well, what credentials? Is it the username or is it the password? The hacker doesn't need to know that. The legitimate person logging in would be able to see if they made a typo in their username, or they'd be able to figure out the password by doing it twice. You want the attacker to be as much in the dark as possible. So this control would also be served very well by making the system not tell you whether the username is valid or not. It can be a little inconvenient when you're troubleshooting sometimes. Did the user type the password wrong or is the username wrong? You don't actually know what's wrong with it. It's annoying, but I think it's well worth the annoyance for the amount of protection that you get. Now, there's a trade-off with the shoulder surfing thing. Back to that. If you have a tiny little device and it's small, and sometimes you're trying to type in to log in, and you can have trouble logging in because you can't see the keys you're typing. Those little dinky, touchscreen keyboards, those things are terrible. And it'll show you the key you're typing briefly, but it's a smaller screen, so it's harder for someone to shoulder surf. So there's kind of a trade-off. I think that's acceptable in the smaller screens. At larger screens, you got to have the dot. We never see it at all. There's also an option I've seen in Windows 10 with a little eyeball thing. You click it and you can see what you've typed to see if it's correct. Very helpful from a troubleshooting standpoint. I can't tell you how many times I've had issues with getting people to log in. It turns out it's just a stupid keyboard issue. In fact, what I used to do for troubleshooting is I would have them click into their username field and try typing their password, and then see if it looks right. And a lot of times there'd be the shift key was being sticky, or caps lock was stuck on, or one particular letter wasn't working right, and that's the only way you would see it. So now we're nice enough to put that little icon where you click on it and it's the eyeball thing so you can see what you're typing in there. You got to make sure that you don't do that when someone's over your shoulder and no one's around. So that's a little bit of user training. It's not just the technical control. I don't think that is a violation of 3.5.11 to have that little eyeball icon, because you have to click it to see it. And they're legitimate users to have it. I think it's a good balancing act between ease of use of a system and security of a system. So there's always a trade-off with security and with being able to actually protect the system. Security and convenience, right? Those two are always at war with each other. So that's all this control is. The last in this particular family. Hooray, we're done with those. We're done the 3.5 series. Thanks for watching if you've seen them all this far, and we'll see you in the next family of controls.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.